Hello and welcome back to the Tuesday Checklist, the weekly show where we chat games and have a laugh. And today we're definitely laughing at ourselves, but especially Dave, because it's time to talk about embarrassing trophies. You know, those ones that reward you for being bad at games, or weird ones you only got because you were going for the platinum. Before we start, make sure you've clicked that notification bell so you're always up to date with all our videos. Right then, Nathan, your most embarrassing trophy. Go.
A trophy that I am embarrassed that I have earned.
Is it your second Burnout Platinum?
No.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah, that could have been one. No, thanks, Dave. No, this one, but it is to do with platinums. I don't know if anyone was. Well, actually, Dave and Rosie were with me. You missed it, Elle, but I earned my Doom Platinum for the re-release of Doom on PlayStation 4. And the way that we do those Platinum Monday streams is that we like to come to those streams with just one trophy, and then it's like a group effort sometimes, or it's certainly like a fun endeavour that we're all helping people to get their platinums. But so what you didn't see was what I did in order to get to the point of only needing that one playthrough of the game on Nightmare mode in cooperative, which is what we did on the stream together. And there are two trophies. I don't know if you guys feel like this, but you ever check a trophy list to be like, am I going to be tempted by the platinum here? Like, what's my situation? And if there are multiplayer trophies, you normally like, for me it's like, I don't want to necessarily play this game online not because I don't like playing games online, but it's just a big commitment. Like the online side of games can be as big or bigger than the regular sort of single player stuff. So it's a barrier that I'm like, whoa, maybe I'm not doing a platinum for this one. I'm not going to get that deep into it. So there were some multiplayer trophies for Doom. And so initially I was like, not sure about this. They're called Rookie for getting 25 kills and Showstopper for getting 100 kills. And I was like, 100 kills in a game? You know what I mean? That, like, I don't know what the rules are. It turns out that the Doom remaster on PlayStation 4, the original Doom remaster, doesn't have online. It's not online. It's just local. So the thing that I'm embarrassed and that I'm bringing to you today
I suddenly have worked out where this is going.
Is that I stayed late in the office one night last week and played several games of Doom by myself. Just running around an empty map finding the players, and I had 3 other controllers spread out on my desk just rattling away every time that I shot them, and I would find them, shoot a missile at the player that I'd loaded in, and then just reach over and respawn them on the whichever controller it was on my desk.
Wait, so you had to kill the other players, not the demons or anything?
I just had to rack up 100 kills in multiplayer, so I set up a local split screen 4-player multiplayer game with just no people weren't moving.
It's the saddest thing I've ever
soullessly
heard.
moved from one spawn point to the other.
Well, like the lights off in the office as well, and you just saw the screen, like...
Yeah, just my motionless face just as I sat there just murdering people who weren't there in order to earn these trophies. But so that we could have a fun time on the stream together, guys. So it was all worth it in the end. But yeah, so that's my story of shame.
So my embarrassing trophy, which I really struggled to find amongst my many, many trophies, none of which are platinums, comes from Crash Bandicoot. And on the face of it, I didn't think... Well, there's a reason this is so embarrassing. It's from Crash Bandicoot. It's called The Box That Broke the Bandicoot's Back. And it is for missing at least 31, I think, crates in any one level of Crash Bandicoot. Wow. And what's embarrassing about this is that I would check this out. There's literally a trophy guide on how to get this trophy. Because people are obviously like, oh my God, I just keep accidentally getting at least, getting like enough crates in every level that I can't get this trophy. It's so hard. How can I miss so many crates? How could I achieve such a feat? Whereas I apparently, at just being bad at Crash Bandicoot, just waltzed into some level, I don't even know which one, and trust me, I was trying to get as many crates as I could. Like, that's for sure. That's what's embarrassing about this trophy. Is normal people have to be told how to get it because it's so unusual. Like, how on earth will I miss 31 crates? Whereas I just walked in somewhere and did that off my own back. And this really does hurt me because I like to be quite methodical with Crash Bandicoot. I don't like, maybe not as much as you could be. It's not like I'm not moving on to the next level until I've achieved everything in that level. But I mean, I just don't know how this happened. Crates is one of the things that I would make a big effort to get.
I'm trying to think as
to
well.
have missed 31.
Do you know, we should look at your trophy screenshot, and it will be the end of that level. Actually.
Yeah.
It's because I know that there's
I don't know
a
if that
level.
will help. Like you felt like if it will identify enough, but we can certainly look.
Maybe it'll be here in the video. Maybe it'll be here right now. It'll be up on this.
I think the trophy guide was basically do the first level.
There are obviously like different varieties of trophies that you could potentially be a bit embarrassed to have, but this is one where they've actually trolled you. You know what I mean? They've gone like, "Oh, you've managed to do that. Well done. You know, here's a bad trophy."
Yeah.
Whereas I was slightly embarrassed about a good trophy.
Right.
But you have got an actual bad trophy for being bad.
Well, you couldn't get the platinum without this trophy. So
That's
I mean,
true.
is there such a thing as a bad trophy?
No.
And
do you have the platinum?
Not yet. Although I'm working
Yeah,
on it.
just
Working on it. I've just got to get a few more crates, and then I'll be golden. So yeah, that's my one embarrassing trophy.
Out of the many.
We'll cut there before we say that bit.
Now, when we said we were going to pick our most embarrassing trophy, I had mine instantly because I know exactly what mine is, and it is a platinum.
Ooh.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry, Dave. It's the platinum for My Name is Mayo.
I purposefully stopped myself from getting this platinum. I want you to know that.
Dave had it. He was clicking.
I was clicking. I got like halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh,
We should
wow.
explain what it is, though.
Yes.
Sorry, Al.
Yeah, so if you haven't played it, it's definitely not as simple as it sounds, which is just clicking on a jar of mayo. It is. It's
It is.
just clicking on a jar of mayo for like an hour. So I did a stream, like an all-day stream once, where we tried to get as many platinums in a day as possible. So it was playing lots of what I'm going to call scrub platinums that I don't count. And we saved My Name is Mayo right until the end. Because I was like, this is going to be the most simple one. It's just clicking, you know, I'll just chat to people in chat as I'm doing it. And I almost immediately lost my mind. So I didn't realise just how weird it is to just click, 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 click. And I was like, this is fine, this is fine. And then I started to just feel really weird. My hand felt weird, and like my arm was going numb. And I was like, what is it? And I started to like experiment with different ways to press, because I realised you could also click with the touchpad. So I was like positioning it weirdly on the desk so I could hit both touchpad and X, because for some reason it registered both inputs. So I was like doing that, but then like every 5 minutes I'd like twist it round. Or like put something underneath it and be like, oh, if you angle it like this, the angle of your arm will mean that you get a quicker click on this one. And I just went bonkers, and I could barely talk to anyone in chat. They were like, how's it going? I was like, I can't. And I started to really care about the costumes it was putting on the mayo. There's costumes on the mayo. So I was like, oh, a leopard print bikini. How exciting. And yeah.
How many clicks do you have to do? Is it just click it a certain number of times?
10,000.
How long does it take?
I think it ended up taking me about an hour. I think if I just clicked like a normal human being for an hour, it would have been faster, but I really got into like, I'm gonna find the perfect position to have the controller in and the perfect arm angles, and that probably was about half an hour of me just adjusting like constantly throughout it. I genuinely just lost my mind. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't concentrate on anything other than the clicks. And you would have just thought I would have just sat but I couldn't do it. I just was really like, what's next? What costume is it going to put on? How many clicks do I need to do? I was trying to like count them, which is ludicrous. Like, I don't know why I was doing
ludicrous.
that.
Yeah.
And also it makes it worse, because then you think you've got to the next number, whatever that is, like 1,000, 2,000. I'm like, 2,000. No!
On we go.
It's a lucky escape for you, Dave. This could have been you, man. Oh, I've got a question for you, which is, when you told us how many platinums you had, were you including this one?
No, I don't
Okay.
include the scrub. So I have like 3 or 4, I think.
Scrub.
That are like scrub.
Wow.
Yeah, like one of them's like
Oh,
a...
by the way, guys, when I say I don't have any platinums, that's what, yeah, me too. I've got like 28, but I just don't count them.
Right, they're not good
Okay.
enough.
I don't know,
all
would you
scrub.
count Dark Souls? I don't know.
But yeah, so that's absolutely my most embarrassing one. And I think what's not embarrassing is it's the embarrassing part is not the game, it's how weirdly into it and obsessed I got with clicking a jar of mayo as it switched between bikinis.
My embarrassing trophy is one from the back in the days of the PlayStation 3.
Okay.
I got this apparently, according to my system, in 2012, and it's called Good Listener, and it's from Portal 2.
I've got this trophy.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed because I legit fell for the trap that it's set up. So, for those of you who don't know, Good Listener is a trophy where you achieve it in the segment early on in Portal 2, where GLaDOS, she's woken up again, and yourself and Wheatley are trying to escape. Like, you thought Wheatley was destroyed, he's not. He's like, come on, we're gonna get out of here. So you're running through all like the behind the scenes of Aperture Science and stuff. And GLaDOS at one point, he just goes, oh, come on, you're so close to the end. Why don't you just do this one final chamber? And like, clearly, when you look at it, it's got like, she puts a little love heart on it, on the wall. And I was there thinking, because the way you're meant to go is right. And I didn't think that going right was an option. I was so like, I've got to escape, come on, Wheatley. And then suddenly a blue path comes along. I look left, and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe this is like, I've got to do this one final puzzle, and then I've escaped GLaDOS. So, of course, for some reason, in a panic, I trusted her. I got on that portal, ran to the left, and then immediately she's like, oh, look, there's a deer. Isn't it lovely? And then just like, gas comes in. And I was just like, I remember, even when I was in that room, I was still just like, yeah, okay, there's like a single block on the button. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I've moved the block, right, okay, right, what do I have to do now? Just while this gas is pouring in. And then I got the trophy and I thought, oh yeah, okay, there's Good Listener, because I'm going to get to the ending now. This is going to be great. And not the ending of the game, but at least for that segment. And yeah, I remember just when I died, I thought, oh, yeah, no, I wasn't supposed to go that way. And then when I revisited it, I saw that the path actually goes a long way down the hall to the right. And then I was just like, yeah, that's where I was supposed to go. Not the obvious death trap laid by GLaDOS that she puts a lovely little ironic love heart next to.
This is the most rosy trophy that you could have got.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course you trusted GLaDOS.
I love GLaDOS. She's like one of my favourite robots in gaming. And then like, it was my first experience with Portal 2 as well. So I was still like mind blown by everything that's been happening in like just the game, and I love Wheatley, and I was like, come on Wheatley, let's go, we're gonna escape. We're gonna like, GLaDOS, she's been evil again, let's override her. And I was just so into it, and then just like, you know, when just something happens in a game and you'll just look at it and you're like, yep, just gotta go that way. Like naturally you just go. And then it's like also the part where later on in the game when Wheatley is evil, and then obviously you go into the big evil pit and he just goes, hello, this is the part where I kill you. It took me a long time to realise that you have to jump to actually escape. So I remember I was there like, how do I get out? What do I do? And then he killed me. And then even though he's going, yeah, just stay there, just stay there, I was there thinking, okay, do I stay here? Is the game gonna trick me? Like, because I thought again at that point it was gonna be, oh, like, you think you're gonna escape if you stay here, we're gonna trigger an event and then you're gonna get saved. I thought I was going to be saved, but no, and then I got killed by that. So yeah, that's my most embarrassing trophy, just because I can, even all these years later, nearly 8 years, let's just say, to summarize it, I was fooled by GLaDOS, and I still remember being fooled, and I can't believe how I fell for such an obvious and dumb trick.
Rosie.
Yes.
GLaDOS is behind you. I wanted to say not really, but she is.
She is technically, I looked, and then when I went down, I was like, to be fair, she is literally over there.
She is.
Does anyone have any jokes they'd like to make? Want to get that out of the way?
What jokes?
It's embarrassing you don't have any platinums.
No, you're really good at getting trophies, Dave. Don't listen to the internet.
Oh, thanks, Rosie. God, I wasn't expecting this support.
No, I don't think you
Weird.
understand how we do things here.
I don't know. I feel like that was even more humiliating than if we made fun of you. Was
Oh,
Rosie
it was
having
meant
to
to be.
reassure you you're not an embarrassment?
I know I'm happy, but that was meant to be humiliating, Ella's right.
I see.
I'm a bit sad I wasn't in this one. I'd have loved to jump on the make fun of Dave bandwagon, but Rosie, fair play, your stealth diss was so good he didn't even know he'd been hit by it. Let us know in the comments what your most embarrassing trophies are. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and remember, click that notification bell so you always know when a new Tuesday checklist goes live. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
For the players.